ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். We are going through some of the important fundamental principles related to Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. Recently a particular discussion came about Alvars. Who are they? What are their identities? Because oftentimes we hear that Alvars are incarnations of Bhagavan's divine weapons, divine ornaments, and so on. Is there truth in it? Let us go through a little bit about Alvars and try to understand who they are really. To have this understanding, we need a little bit of background. Shriyapati, Sriman Narayana, that is the divine consort of Sri Mahalakshmi. He is Sarveshwara. Those who are divinely blessed by such Bhagavan are known as Alvars. They are blessed with divine knowledge and great devotion towards Bhagavan. Mayarvara Madinalam Arula Petravargal. That is the term which is commonly used in our Purvacharya's Granthams. Why did Bhagavan do that? That question needs to be understood first to understand the true nature, identity of Alvars. Bhagavan is present in Sri Vaikuntham, Paramapadam, joyfully with his divine consorts, Sri Mahalakshmi, Bhumi Devi, Neela Devi, and also countless Nityasuris and Muktatmas. We have seen about Nityasuris and Muktatmas previously. Nityasuris are those who are eternal associates of Bhagavan, who never separate from him. Muktatmas are those who were in samsara before and got liberated and reached Paramapadam and are eternally serving Bhagavan in Paramapadam. While Bhagavan is enjoying in Paramapadam with all of these personalities, his heart is thinking about Jivatmas who are toiling in samsara. He desires to uplift them and give them the opportunity to reach Paramapadam and serve him eternally. For that, he takes a series of steps. First, during deluge, he observes that all the Atmas are in very subtle state and are not having any body. To engage in activity, one needs a body. Without a body, one cannot do any action which will help them reach Bhagavan. So to solve this problem, Bhagavan again engages in Srishti, creation. That itself is a great act, compassionate act of Bhagavan. It shows his benevolence. During this creation, he gives bodies to all the Atmas and senses. With the help of body and senses, the Atma can engage in action and try to reach Bhagavan. For that, Atmas need some direction. For that, Bhagavan gives Shastram. With the help of Shastram, one can understand what is to be done and what is to be given up and act accordingly and progress spiritually and reach Bhagavan. but Atmas are not obeying what is given in Shastram. So Bhagavan next thinks about incarnating himself and guiding them personally. So he incarnates as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, Vamana, and so on. Many incarnations. Mainly Ramavataram and Krishnavataram are greatly glorified, where he personally gave instructions and guided others. Still, even after personally incarnating, he is unable to attract many people towards him. A few, such as Vibhishana, Sugriva, Jatayu, Akrura, Vidura, were favorable towards Bhagavan and tried to reach him. But others largely ignored Bhagavan and did not understand Bhagavan's greatness. Bhagavan then thought of another idea. Instead of himself trying to come and uplift all the Atmas, he thought, let me engage Atmas who are in this world, in the samsara, reform them, make them most knowledgeable, most devoted, and with the help of those personalities, we can attract more people. This is similar to how a hunter will catch a young animal like a deer or an elephant, train that animal, and then once it grows up, he will use that particular animal to go and catch other animals from the forest. So Bhagavan also thought about it in the same way and hence handpicked 10 Atmas specifically and made them Alvars. So we know Alvars are generally said to be 10 in number: Poigai Alvar, Bhudatta Alvar, Pei Alvar, Tirumalizhai Alvar, Nammalvar, Kulasekara Alvar, Periyalvar, Tondaradipudi Alvar, Tiruppan Alvar, and Tirumangai Alvar. If we include Andal Nachiyar and Madhurakavi Alvar, then they will be counted as 12 in number. Andal is well established as an incarnation of Bhumi Pirati, Bhumi Devi. This is very clear from Manavala Mamnigal's Pasuram in Upadesha Ratinamalai, where he says, Indro Tiruvadi Puram, Yamakkaga Andro, Inga Andal Avadarital Kundrada Valvana Vaigunda Vanbogandanai Igaldu Alvar Tirumagalarai. She gave up the pleasures in Paramapadam and took birth as Andal Nachiyar. So it is very clearly stated by Manavala Mamnigal, and there are other instances from Puranam such as Varaha Puranam, where Varaha Bhagavan interacts with Bhumi Pirati, where he instructs Bhumi Pirati how to deliver the Atmas from Samsara to Paramapadam, and she follows that by incarnating as Andal Nachiyar. Madhurakavi Alvar's situation is slightly different. He was divinely blessed by Nammalvar. But all other Alvars, 10 Alvars, they are all divinely blessed by Bhagavan to become Alvars. They were also in this samsara bound by karma, but suddenly they were blessed by Bhagavan and they were totally reformed immediately by Bhagavan. Bhagavan is all capable. If we understand the life of Nammalvar, then we will understand the concept of how Bhagavan reforms out of his nirhetuka kripa, unconditional grace, to make an ordinary person to become an Alvar. Now, to prove a person's identity, one has to see his own words and the words of other personalities. So, in the case of Nammalvar, we see that Alvar himself is saying in many pasurams. To start with, in Thiruvaimozhi, first pasuram, he says, Mayar Varamadinalam Arulinan. Bhagavan gave me very clear knowledge and devotion. Madhi Nalam is said as knowledge and devotion. It is also explained as knowledge which got transformed into great devotion. Subsequently, he says in same Thiruvaimozhi, Mari Mari Palapirappum Pirandu. He himself identifies that he has gone through countless births. And there is also this other pasuram where he says, Notra non bilen, non nari vilen. I don't have karma yoga, I don't have bhakti yoga. It is only Bhagavan's mercy which got me this position. Another pasuram where he says, Ennandri seidena, ennenjil tigalvaduve. Alvar says, I have not done anything knowingly to have Bhagavan manifest in my heart in this wonderful way. There are countless pasurams like this where Alvar is identifying how Bhagavan divinely blessed him and how he had gone through innumerable births before reaching this particular state. And he reached this particular state by Bhagavan's mercy only. So these are from Alvar's own words. Now subsequently, Acharyas such as Nampillai and then Periyavachan Pillai and then Azhigimanvala Perumal Nayanar, all of these Acharyas have explained that Alvar was a samsari before, that is, someone who was engaged in materialistic lives, countless number of lives before, and Bhagavan specifically handpicked and blessed him. This is shown in Thiruviruttam, Avatarikai, that is, the introduction given by Periyavachan Pillai for his commentary for Thiruviruttam. Thiruviruttam is one of the prabandhams composed by Nammalvar. While writing the commentary in the introduction, Periyavachan Pillai explains about this principle. Similarly, Nampillai, in his commentary for Thiruvaimozhi, Eedu Mahavyakyanam, the great composition of Thiruvaimozhi commentary, in the introduction section, in the first introduction, Nampillai clearly explains that Alvar was suffering in this world and was handpicked and given divine knowledge and devotion by Bhagavan directly. Azhigimanvala Perumal Nayanar has written a beautiful Rahasya Grantham named Acharya Hridayam. In that, he establishes the same principle in several aphorisms. So these are additional evidence which line up with Alvar's words. Now one may say Alvar's words are just Naichanusandanam, that is, he is identifying himself to be very lowly, just out of humility. That cannot be true because Acharyas would have explained it that way if that was the case. Rather, they explained it directly that Alvar was suffering previously, but now he has become an Alvar by Bhagavan's grace. So, there is another question which is explained here. Alvars are explained to be avatarams, incarnations of Bhagavan sometimes, of Nitya Suris sometimes. What are those? Our elders have explained that looking at the greatness of Alvars, they can be glorified as Nitya Suris or Bhagavan himself. It is not that they are really those incarnations, but their greatness makes us think, makes us wonder, oh, this Alvar must be this particular Nitya Suri, or so on. There is also another doubt. That is, if Alvar has divine knowledge and total devotion and is totally engaged in enjoying Bhagavan only, even while he is in this world, why is he often highlighting about his sorrow in this world, that he is suffering in separation from Bhagavan, he is being tormented by the senses and so on? Why he has said like that? For that also our acharyas have explained that when someone has total knowledge and total devotion towards Bhagavan, and such person is placed in this samsara even after acquiring such knowledge, then naturally they will cry out in suffering. But why were they placed in this world? That goes back to the beginning of our discussion. Specifically, Bhagavan wanted to help all the Atmas, and he chose to make Alvars sing these Prabandhams and give good advice to everyone through these Prabandhams, through which everyone can be reformed. So the reason for Alvars staying in this world after becoming Alvars is purely Bhagavan's Ichcha. The moment they were divinely blessed by Bhagavan, all their karma were exhausted. So they did not have any specific reason to remain in this world. The only reason is Bhagavan's desire to place them here for some time and using them reform the entire world. So that is an important principle to understand. Finally, another question arises here. Is it an offense or an apacharam to say that Alvar was a samsari before? Is it not bad to say something like that? That question may also arise. For that also our acharyas have clearly explained. There is nothing wrong in saying that he was like that previously, but now he is totally reformed and he is totally praised by everyone. What principle does this reveal? That is very important to understand. In our sampradayam, it is important to understand that all greatness, all glories belong to Bhagavan. He is the owner of Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. So everything is his possession and everything exists for his joy. Now out of his nirhetuka kripa, great compassion, unconditional grace, he is blessing ordinary people to become Alvars in this manner, to show us that we can become devoted to him by following these Alvars' words. This principle is very important to understand. It's his great Vatsalyam and Kripa motherly forbearance and compassion which is to be enjoyed here. Now, whatever is said for Nammalvar is applicable for all other Alvars. All 10 Alvars have same qualities, same situation. Even other Alvars, such as Tirumangai Alvar, he identifies how he was suffering before and how Bhagavan divinely blessed him. We can see this in all other Alvars' pasarams. So, this is the crux of our Sampradayam, very important principle to understand about the greatness of Alvars. Another important aspect is also revealed here. In our Sampradayam, a person may be in any situation, in any nature, it doesn't matter. But once he becomes a Bhagavata, a devotee, then he is praised by everyone, and one does not analyze the previous situation and blame that person. Rather, one appreciates how he transformed from previous state to current state, which happened out of Bhagavan's grace. So that is also an important principle to understand. Another question arises here. What about Acharyas? For example, Bhagavad Ramanuja is said to be an incarnation of Adishesha. Pillai Lokacharya is glorified as Deva Perumal, Varadaraj Bhagavan. Manavadu Mamnigal is also said as Adishesha Avataram and also Bhagavad Ramanuja's reincarnation. What about these? In these cases, they are to be considered as avatarams only. That is because they themselves have shown their true forms to different personalities during their lifetimes, and also subsequently Acharyas have explained that they are incarnations of particular personalities, whether it is Bhagavan or Adishesha. So, based on their own accounts as well as the words of subsequent Acharyas, we have to understand that they are incarnations. One doubt may come in this as well. They have said in their own shlokams that they have done mistakes, they are suffering in the samsaram and so on. These we have to understand as Naichyanusandanam to show us how to remain humble and so on. Thus, we have seen the identity of Alvars, understood a little bit about Acharyas as well. Alvar Emberumanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.